Okay, Shalom, Shalom. Kwam Yasha Chochol William La, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Ahwa that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yahchanan Nawach, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And scripture, yeah, that's spiritual too. The comments is at 144. I just peeped that in this article. But this is an article. This is Senator Mark Kelly, right? And if you're familiar with the story, it's basically Mark Kelly fires back after Hegseth launches investigation into him. I've given too much to this country to be silenced by bullies. So pretty much overall, if you're familiar with the situation, it's a video of him and 5 other people. I think one person is like, I'm a part of the CIA. But pretty much, they can't really mess with the other 5 people on this particular situation because they're not under the jurisdiction of the Department of War. But, this guy's retired. He's a retired Navy captain. So he's still, throughout his life, you know what I'm saying, until his ass dies, he's pretty much under that order. But basically, the video is going off into basically these 6 people were telling the military, hey, don't do no unlawful shit. Don't, if it's an unlawful order, disobey their asses. So basically, Trump, he's talking about sedition, bringing up seditious charges. The man is all over the place, man. But, I don't want to get all off and super duper into the article, but I will get what the guy said. I'm going to get this part of the transaction here. It says the video made by the seditious 6 was despicable, reckless, and false. This is Pete Hegseth, the guy that they call in the Secretary of War, or whatever his title is. They changed it from Department of Defense to the Department of War now. So it says encouraging our warriors to ignore the orders of their commanders undermines every aspect of good order and discipline. Their foolish seed sows doubt and confusion, which only puts our warriors in danger. 5 of the 6 individuals in that video do not fall under the Department of War jurisdiction. 1 is CIA, and 4 are formerly military, but not retired. So they are no longer subject to the UCMJ. However, Mark Kelly, retired Navy commander, is still subject to UCMJ. And he knows that, as was announced, the department is reviewing his statements and actions which were addressed directly to all troops, while explicitly using his rank and service affiliation, lending the appearance of authority to his words. Kelly's conduct brings discredit upon the armed forces and will be addressed appropriately, right? So the investigation launch comes after President Trump expressed his outrage over the video, which he argued was seditious behavior, punishable by death. This dude, man. But the shit he been doing a lot of illegal shit, man. He has undermined that Constitution. He has undermined judges' rulings in certain areas. You know what I'm saying? He's deploying the damn military all throughout America. You know what I'm saying? On American citizens for no reason. He's bombing damn Venezuelan boats and shit like that, talking about drugs. So he's been doing a lot of stuff, man, that's not legal. Right? So this is basically what he said right here. He says, when I was 22, the guy got some rank, man. Shit, he got more rank than this Department of War guy. It says, when I was 22 years old, I commissioned as an ensign in the United States Navy, and I swore an oath to the Constitution. See, I upheld that oath through flight school, multiple deployments of the USS Midway, 39 combat missions in Operation Desert Storm, test pilot school, 4 space. What else is in there? Oh shit, I can't even get it all. Salakia. You get the point, though. Matter of fact, it might be up here. I mean, you get the point, though. Ain't nothing too serious. But so this he says, okay, here we go. It says, in a combat, I had a missile blow up next to my jet and flew through anti-aircraft fire to drop bombs on enemy targets. At NASA, I launched on a rocket, commanded the space shuttle, and was part of the recovery mission that brought home the bodies of my astronaut classmates who died on Columbia. I did all this in service to this country that I love and has given me so much, he continued. Secretary Hegseth's tweet is the first I heard of this. I also saw the president's post saying I should be arrested, hanged, and put to death. If this is meant to intimidate me and other members of Congress from doing our jobs and holding this administration accountable, it won't work. I've given too much to this country to be silenced by the bullies who care more about their own power than protecting the Constitution. And that's exactly what they're doing. They don't give a shit about that Constitution, man. That's just a wrap. That's a done deal. And this right here is the type of shit right here that, because see, even though this guy might be on the Democratic side, you got Republicans that believe exactly what he's saying too. They're like, no, this is, they, even though they may have differences, as far as like the politics and shit like that, they still, what they got in common is war, and that Constitution, man, that they believe in. So let's get Matthew 12 and 20. Matter of fact, one of them translations actually says civil war, but these people ready to burst, man. Matthew 12 and 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So you're seeing a lot of division, and nothing can hold together like that. You get that Amos 3 and 3. It's like you got a damn household and everybody in the damn house is bickering all the damn time, Husband and wife bickering, the damn kids is bickering, somebody leaving, Amos 3 and 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed? See, America's too divided down the middle. And I was just watching a video too. I think it's the Philip Scott show. He had that Africa Diaspora channel. And I think that was maybe an ISUPK member that he was doing an interview on the streets, and he was telling his white dudes, what I'm saying, like, y'all the problem, man. Y'all the fucking problem with the planet. He's like, y'all can't even get along with each other. So when y'all came here, the original immigrants, when y'all came here, y'all was fighting each other before y'all got here. You've never been able to get along, and I see that shit all the time, man. When you see these so-called white people, when they be in their neighborhoods, they don't be really liking each other like that. They don't speak to each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying all of them are like that, but they don't want nothing to do with the neighbor across the street or the neighbors next door to them. Your tree growing too damn large, or your tree is growing over my fence, and you're parked on a part of my driveway, whatever. You're parked in front of my house. They don't like each other like that, man. Straight up. So there's going to be some straight get down in this place, because people are on edge, man. These people don't have nothing to live for. You can see the mirth is down. It don't even seem like, I know, us being in this truth, we don't give a fuck about a holiday anyway. But you know what I'm saying? But just being out and about and in public, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can remember what that shit used to be like. And it's nothing like that no more. Nobody put up no decorations like that no more. Shit just sitting on the shelves and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just not celebrating none of this stuff like that no more, man. So the whole thing is falling. It's not holding together. Esau is done, man. And we're about out of here, man. We need out of here. We definitely need out of here. So I see little articles like this right here, because whether they Democrats or Republicans, motherfuckers still Edomites, So this dude, Pete Hegseth, he's been out here. As a matter of fact, this the lady right here, the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, and that guy, James Comey. If you're familiar with Trump, he tried to indict them, because she was the lawyer that, I think she brought up some charges on him. What was that? I can't remember exactly what she brought up the charges on, because, this guy, man, 34 felons. He was going through a lot of shit. The so-called black lady, the lawyer down in Atlanta, I think it was. So everybody that came up against him before he came into office, he's going after him. He's and anybody else that's getting involved. Now you got Marjorie Taylor Greene, or he's calling her Marjorie Taylor Brown now. She's basically about to resign because she's been getting a lot of death threats because she was like, well, shit, we ran on America first. Why are you putting Israel first? Why are you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not what we ran our campaign on. So she been speaking out, and by her speaking out, she been getting a lot of death threats. So she just resigned. Supposedly, she said she was gonna I guess the end of her little tenure will be in January, and she's just gonna just wrap it up and just go. And she was kind of like, shit, if anything, you know what I'm saying, she would. I thought she would be a little stronger than that, but I'm thinking somebody pretty much got at her, man. I think she got some threats. I seen what's the chick, Candace Owens. She said that I just seen that article too. I should have saved it, but she's basically talking about those tiny tops. They got pretty much got a hit out on her ass too. You know what I'm saying? Because she goes pretty hard. But a lot of those people are set up. But it's a lot of infighting because you got even the MAGAs against the JEWs, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's not going well because they can see that the country has been compromised, man. Hey, what's up with it, now? Chilling. Let's check out some of these comments. Yeah, somebody says Mark Kelly is an American hero and a national treasure. Hegseth is an alcoholic loser cosplaying as Secretary of Defense and doing a miserable job at it. Yeah, so it's a lot of division. Hegseth isn't worthy of holding Kelly's jockstrap, much less any semblance of what a true American is. Somebody says Kelly is a piece of shit. Yeah, so the back and forth, man. Democrats are looking for martyrs, not in the real sense, to feel sorry for and fundraise. Anyway. Yeah, so comments. It's the same. It's just a division, man. That's all. And these people ready to get at each other's throat. They ready to get down. And it ain't gonna be long. You can feel it, man. You can see it. But I just wanted to touch on this real quick, man. Hey, this is the matter of fact, I can get one more script. Let's get that Ciroc 25-7, baby. Gotta love it. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and a 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies. And that's what we're witnessing. Because Trump is unhinged, man. That dude look like I don't know, it's definitely seeming like something wrong with him, you know what I'm saying? And he's just, man, just me speaking as a man, that dude probably will fall over on live TV. It ain't looking good for him, man. He's all over the place. He's unhinged. He be making all kinds of stupid, dumbass moves. You know what I'm saying? Just, like he act like a real kid, man. Like, he's really just all over the place, bro. That dude shouldn't be no president. He shouldn't be in that type of position, man, But, hey, it is what it is. We need him there so he can go ahead and further crash the place. So all these things must happen, you know what I'm saying, before we, we get our goal, man. We get next, man. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So with that, I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and a bubble ball.